Tim here, coach of Men Who Want More, and today I had a great question. I was on a call and we were talking in and around going to the next level in your life, and I got asked a question: can you recommend for a great book that I can read? And I wasn't a great reader when I was young. I read books here and there and struggled my way through, and I always, in class in primary school, I remember always being apprehensive to read. You know, when the teacher would say to you, we're going to read this book and we're going to take it in turns to read, and say every student would read like a page or two. And I used to hate that. I used to sit there hoping the teacher didn't pick me because I wasn't a great reader. I could read, but I'd stumble my words, and once a week or whatever it was, the teacher would call your name: Tim, you're taking over next. And I'd start to sweat, and I'd start to be like, I don't want to muck it up. I don't want to mess up the words. And I'd start reading, and 9 times out of 10 it was okay, but then sometimes I'd muck it up. And so I wasn't a great reader as a kid. But as I grew up and I sort of saw the value in books, there's so much knowledge in books, and it's not the only way to learn these days, as I'm sure you're aware of. There's so many ways, we're blessed for that. But reading is something that I'd say over the last decade, the last 10 years, I've got more and more into, and I'm always reading something at the moment. Right now, at the moment, I'm just at the back end of one of Richard Branson's books. What's that one? That's Like a Virgin, a new business book. So that's going great. But I wanted to share with you my number one book, the book that I would recommend to anybody read, whether you've read it or not, whether you're really into your self-development or you're not, because it's an amazing book about perspective. And that book is Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. And I've got my copy right here. This book is incredible. It's only 200 pages. And if you haven't read it already, I'd highly recommend you get it. It's about a man's survival of the Holocaust in numerous concentration camps. It was written back in 1940s, and it says here, classic tribute to hope from the Holocaust. And obviously not living through those times and not really knowing anything about what that experience would entail, this is the closest thing you can get to it. And I think it really humbles you. I think it really allows you to show gratitude for your life, no matter what struggles you're going through. And for all of us, men, women, kids, the meaning that we create around our life and around the circumstances and situations is always in our control. He was in numerous concentration camps, as I said, and being in that environment, could you wish for or think of a worse environment to be in? My mind says no. And just to learn some of what went on there, and it always just centers me. It always just brings me back to earth. And all the bullshit that's going on, the surface level bullshit that we all have going on in our lives, it's nothing compared to what some of these amazing men and people went through back in World War II and all the wars that continue and have been. So I definitely recommend. That would be the first book I recommend, Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. Easy read. You could read this easy if you're a speed reader in a sitting. For me, it takes me a few days, but that's what I'd say. Go grab Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. Amazing read. It'll humble you. It'll show some gratitude towards, help you show some gratitude towards your life, and it'll just help you think differently and show a bit more perspective. So I hope this little short message is served. Go out and grab this book, and much gratitude for jumping on. Let's have a look. Hey David, hey Hang, hey Donnie. Thanks for your support, guys. Much gratitude. And until next time I do a live stream, it's your time to step into your strength and be the best man you can be.